Good morning. This is going to be a little bit different than the actual episodes that I've been uploading. I do want to appreciate those who have watched up to this far. Last episode that was uploaded was episode 10, and I'm still working on the remaining episodes that need to be edited. Still a few more need to be edited, and of course more recording to be done. So I'm just going to answer just a few questions that I want to assume that people might have. One of them might be, why do this series? Well, it was more of me wanting to do something fun with a buddy of mine. Do something that at least I haven't seen from the content creators that I watch on a regular basis when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! And plus those content creators kind of inspired me to want to do this. Content creators such as SiriX, Team Samurai, and the current technical king of games, who has won the tournament and is currently working on Team Samurai's wheel on their website. They have way more knowledge on this game than I do. I'm literally irrelevant when it comes to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scene, and I don't honestly ever see us getting to the point of being at their level. But I'm doing this because I want to, plus it's actually a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it so far. So the main point of this series is to use decks that we normally wouldn't use, because normally, I even show you, when King Binks and I normally duel, or whenever we duel with our group of friends, you know, I'm using this one, Sword Soul. I'm working on the Ice Barrier deck, Gati. I'm using Crimson Power Force. I'm using Punk. Solomon Great, which I have two versions of that deck. I'm working on a few decks. I use 10 Yi plus Sword Soul, as you can see. Like, I use a lot of different types of decks. And obviously there's a few here that I'm working on just for fun. But in terms of, like, using the structure decks, I mean, I've only really... The only ones I can sit here and say that I would recommend a lot of, like, new players would be the Dark Magician deck, the Crimson, basically Red Dragon Archfiend. You know, those ones. So I wanted to get out of the comfort zone for not only myself, but my buddy King Binks, to experience other structured decks that you can get, see where they would stand in terms of a new player. Since we're both not the greatest players, we like, you know, certain specific decks that we pretty much primarily use, and that's what we stick to for the most part. Like for me, Gem Knight is one of, if not my favorite archetype of all time. However, if you look at current meta, Gem Knight wouldn't be able to do very much, and I've been working on a deck for probably months now at this point, trying to figure out like a good strategy to get Gem Knight, you know, at least a little bit relevant. But I unfortunately don't have the answer to that. But yeah, so the whole point was to just use decks that we normally wouldn't use, try something new, have some fun with it, and so far I have to say that I am very surprised. I've been having a lot of fun with this series, despite the fact that I have 10 losses right now. I actually can't remember how many wins that I have. I'd have to literally go through every single video. But I've been enjoying it. Some decks, I'm not surprised on how they performed. I kind of expected them to perform pretty poorly. For example, the Blue Eyes deck, I had a feeling it was just going to brick, which, of course, it did. One deck that I was really surprised on is War of the Gladiator Beasts. I was not expecting this one to do as good as it did when it comes to, like, the wheel. As it currently stands, I only have 15 decks remaining out of the initial 25, but I've been having a lot of fun with the series. Synchro of Unity, I expected to not do so good. Link Generation, I expected not to do so good, even though I kind of figured out like what you would do with this deck anyway. Magician of Pendulum is one of those decks that, I mean, if you watch that episode, you already know that King and I are like, why are we even doing this? Like, this is kind of ridiculous. Like, we don't understand Pendulum at all. And we're not even remotely upset that deck is gone. But currently, as it stands, as far as I'm aware, we both have the Monarch decks. We both lost the Ritual deck. He still has Synchro of Unity. He still has Link Generation. We both still have Power of Dragon. We both still have Growing Digital Bug, which I've seen this deck recently perform at like a higher tier than what I was expecting. You could actually do a lot with Digital Bug, and I've been thinking about that for probably like before this series even started. I was like, Digital Growing Bug could actually be pretty good if you give it the right support. So the whole point of the series, use decks that we normally wouldn't use. Get out of our comfort zone, try something new. I've been having a blast with it. Like, I already knew that Heroes Union was going to do good because that deck is strong, and if you get the right support, it's going to be absurd. Same thing with Hidden Arts of Shadows. Now, I have no idea how to use this deck, but I know, and obviously with the 2 videos that are currently available, that King Binks used this deck, it's a monster. Very hard to counter if you don't have the right cards or the right deck to begin with. But yeah, I mean, I've been having a lot of fun with the series. The whole point was just to, you know, show newer players or returning players that you can still do like quite a bit and have a lot of fun with these structure decks. Even if you just get by the structure deck once and just go at that. Granted, I pretty much the structure decks that I enjoy the most I've bought 3 times, and you can literally make a deck, just a really good deck, just from buying the structure deck 3 times and not getting like any of the additional support that you can only get through packs. Like, you can actually do that. I've done that. Crimson Power Force is a prime example. I'll even show you my Crimson Power Force deck that I used to grind all the way up to Platinum 5 on this account. Pretty sure it's this one. The only cards that I added that aren't part of this deck, in Perm, obviously, Ash Blossom, Maxi, basically the standard meta stuff. But everything else just came from the deck itself, minus Red Supernova Dragon, because of the login event, they gave that to you for free. This I opened up in a pack recently, but I haven't dueled with this deck in a while, even after I added this. This is going to be more of a test than anything else to see if this card will like shine with this deck, which based on its, you know, its effect, it's going to be amazing with this deck. So I'm looking forward to trying this card out. But pretty much for the most part, didn't actually add anything that is outside of the structure deck, minus the standard you know, stuff that you'd put inside of a meta deck to begin with. So this is one of the decks that I highly recommend new players or returning players or even players that know what the heck that they're doing. I definitely don't know what I'm doing, but I'm still having fun with it. Now, I don't win a lot of my duels. I actually end up losing most. Hence, you know, I mean, the series is kind of proving that. But no, I like the series. I had this idea. I know it's not like anything special. There are definitely way better content creators out there for Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I said before, there's a few people that have inspired me to want to do this, to make YouTube content for Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, Syriax, Team Samurai, which I'm sure the few people that are probably watching this already know who those 2 are. Especially Jesse, because he's been heavily like helping Team Samurai with the series that he's currently doing with the wheel with Syriax. But yeah, those 2, Team Samurai and Syriax are the 2 that I basically watch on a regular basis, and they're the ones who basically inspired me to want to do this. So yeah, that's basically the real background of Structure Deck Royale and the wheel. I do have to say, I kind of did take the idea from Team Samurai with the wheel that he has. Granted, his wheel is way better than the one that I'm using, and also they have the ability to, you know, make, you know, those decks. I mean, I can't really make a lot of those things, because I mean, like, I'm getting there, but I'm still like suffering when it comes to like trying to get stuff going. I mean, my ice barrier deck for the most part's completed except for the extra deck, and they've been sitting on this now for a month, unable to complete it because I don't have, you know, the UR tokens to get these. But you know, it's gonna get completed eventually. Yeah, so just recap: main point of the series, have fun, use the other structured decks that you normally wouldn't use. You know, having fun with just a really good friend of mine, and yeah, that's basically it. There are decks that have surprised me when it comes to the series. I was not expecting Roar the Gladiator Beast to do as well as it did. I was not expecting Recontract Universe to basically be the one deck that gets me out of a losing streak. I've won every time when I use that deck, so I'm super excited about it. Yes, it is dirty when it comes to how you can play it, but I've still been enjoying it. And I do feel bad for King Binks because Dragon Maid is one of the 3 decks that he uses outside of this the series. His 3 main decks is Blue Eyes is number 1, Dragon Maid's probably number 2, and Dark Magician's number 3. Like, those are the 3 that he uses on a regular basis. But I mean, obviously for me, you saw what decks that I had and what decks I was building. I'm all over the place. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this is the point of the series. I didn't write a script for this. This was just a random thing that I wanted to make today. Expect a new video to be uploaded tonight. I just have to get finished editing. I'm currently working right now. I'm on my break, so I thought I'd make this video real quick just to, you know, let the audience who are watching this, like, what's going on, you know, in my brain and why this is, you know, why I made this. So thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a little bit different from, you know, the normal stuff I've been uploading lately, but expect a new upload tonight. And I do hope you have a wonderful and fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next episode.